Hi, it's Mark here again to show you another quick tutorial from Probuilder. This is where you can quickly create a wall and a doorway, and in this particular case you can also have it so it pivots and opens and shuts. You can do this really quickly. I'll just show you how to do that. So I'm just going to delete these and show you from scratch how to do it. So what we do, normal Probuilder start, Control-Shift-K, and you've got a cube here in this particular case. Shift key down and left to create a cube. Control-Shift-K to get rid of the create shape. I'm just going to change this to wall. It doesn't look like a wall at the moment, but it will. So I go over to the face selection. Because this is selected and is on, I can select all these faces. You should see they're all selected at once, except for the front one. The backspace, and we've just got one face now. I'll just go onto Scale Tool and just open this slightly. We'll go onto the Edge Tool like so. If you select with the box selection, as you saw there, you can then press Alt-E just to create a new edge. I'm going to now create those edges like so. I'm just going to bring this along like so. We now have a door. There's a problem though, it's all part of the wall at the moment, so we want to create a new game object with that door. It's going to be exactly the right size because I've created within the whole of that particular game object. So what we do, we detach face, click on the plus, make sure it's a separate game object, left click, and there we are. Just going to change that to another name to call it a door, so that we've got the two together. Now, we've got the two separate ones, so I'm just going to put a very quick texture onto that door. And I'm going to quickly add some brickwork onto it as well. Something like that will do, like so. Not the prettiest brickwork, but at least you get the idea. Now, on the increment snapping, we're on 1 meter, which means that when I select that object, like so, which in this case is the door, we keep the the control key down, left mouse button, and out, just so that we can see what we're doing. Now we want to set the pivot point so that we know whether the door opens from the left or the right, etc. So we're going to have a left-hand door if we're looking for it from the outside. And here, if you press Shift key down, you can see shortcut is the control key and J, and if you see the second sentence, it means the pivot point moves to wherever the handle currently is. The handle is currently there because I've just selected that edge. I select pivot, and it slightly changes the frontage, and it just gives you an idea of what's going on. So we go back to object selection, we control and left mouse button back. Now what we can do manually is just change that Y junction on the transform of that object. If I chose that, that would move backwards and forwards like so. Control Z brings it back. In this particular case, we've got a pivot point of that edge. So all I've got to do is move it backwards and forwards like so. Now what you can do moving on from this is to create a trigger, colliders, so that if anyone, say an object, or either it's a character or even just an object like a box or something, is trying to get through the doorway, you can create a trigger which triggers it to open, and then you can trigger that to open, say, to 90 degrees. So I can show you how to do this and how to write a small script just to open that, either just by pressing one of the keys on the keyboard or creating the trigger at a later stage. I would appreciate it if people can subscribe and then I can then add some more tutorials. The more subscribers we have, the more it's worthwhile for me to do that. So I'd much appreciate if you can subscribe and support me in trying to produce tutorials that are useful. Okay, so that's the start on that particular one. You can see that can be done quite quickly. So hopefully we'll get another tutorial out fairly quickly after this one. See you soon.